Today on Inquirer, President Bongbong Marcos to sign bill for Maharlika Investment Fund soon.
I will sign it as soon as I get it.
Negros Oriental Governor Representative Arnie Teves asks DOJ panel of prosecutors to inhibit from handling the Degamo slay case. Philippine economy could be 18th biggest by 2050 according to BMI research. And Washington Wizards send Kristaps Porzingis to the Boston Celtics. Good evening. President Bongbong Marcos says he plans to sign the Maharlika Investment Fund bill as soon as it reaches his office. To tell us more, here's Jean Mangaluz reporting live. Jean?
Neil, the President will sign the Maharlika Investment Fund bill as soon as he receives it. The proposed measure only needs the signature of the President in order for it to become a law. Marcos, however, did not directly say whether he's happy with the current version of the Maharlika bill, but he said that revisions were necessary for financial security.
I will sign it as soon as I get it. Am I happy? Well, that is the version that the House and the Senate has passed. And we will certainly look into all of the changes that have been made. And I think most of the changes that were proposed and that were eventually adopted really have to do with the safety and the security of people's pension funds.
The President said he monitored discussions of the MIF and acknowledged that there are causes for concern. He said that the risks were all true, but the public should not be worried. Marcos Jr. stressed that good management is key to the success of any kind of fund. The President said that the MIF must be independent from the government, noting that he suggested that the House of Representatives should remove from the bill officials originally designated to be part of the MIF's board. Following the statement from Marcos Jr., Senator Coco Pimentel III renewed his call for the President to veto the MIF, saying that it's an ill-conceived law, as the country did not have the surplus and windfall profits. Pimentel also said that it was ill-timed, as the world economy and geopolitical situation are bad. Marcos had certified the Maharlika bill as urgent in both chambers of Congress, allowing the proposed measure to breeze through the legislative branch. In the House of Representatives, 279 people voted in favor of the bill, while in the Senate, 19 senators approved it. That's it from me, Neil. Back to you.
That's Jean Mangaluz reporting live. The Philippines could join the world's 20 biggest economies in terms of value in less than 3 decades due to its large population and fast improving industries like manufacturing, according to BMI research. In a report, the Fitch Group subsidiary says the global ranking of economies are primed for a major reshuffle starting in the 2030s. BMI expects the Philippines to become the world's 18th largest economy in 2050, tied with Russia, accounting for 2.3% of global wealth by then. Based on data as of 2021, the World Bank places the Philippines at 38th place, with a domestic economy valued at $394 billion. Russia is at 11th place with $1.8 trillion. BMI sees China overtaking the United States at the top spot in 2027 and outgrowing the US by a large margin by 2050. BMI is optimistic about some emerging economies, namely Bangladesh, Indonesia, Vietnam, and the Philippines. It points out that these countries' growing populations and rapidly developing high value-added sectors such as manufacturing. The forecasts are based on the United Nations population projections and an extrapolation of themes that BMI expects will drive economic growth in the 2020s and 2030s. Suspended Negros Oriental Representative Arnie Teves asks the Department of Justice panel of prosecutors to inhibit from handling the case regarding the murder of Governor Roel Degamo. In an urgent motion filed Thursday, Teves argues that no DOJ prosecutor can be unprejudiced in their investigation of the March 4 Pamplona attack. The motion asserts that DOJ prosecutors must inhibit because Justice Secretary Boying Remulla has been firm in claiming that Teves is the mastermind in the Degamo slay case. even prior to the filing of the case. Teves' lawyer Ferdinand Topacio says Remulla, who has the power of supervision of all its prosecutors, already made pronouncements before the public, making it appear that Teves is already guilty. The motion also asks the DOJ to turn over the case to the Office of the Ombudsman to handle the preliminary investigation until its conclusion. Remulla earlier said Teves should just come home and face the accusations if he is really innocent. Sought for comment, DOJ spokesperson Jose Dominic Clavano says the panel of prosecutors must be afforded a free hand to handle the case under preliminary investigation. The Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology records no earthquakes occurred in Mayon Volcano but notes almost 300 rockfall events and 8 dome collapse pyroclastic density currents. Faith Argosino has the report.
According to the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology, Mayon Volcano, which remains under alert level 3 due to potential explosive activity within days or weeks, continued to display intensified unrest or magmatic unrest. No earthquakes occurred in Mayon Volcano, but Phivolcs recorded 299 rockfall events and 8 dome collapse pyroclastic density currents from 5 a.m. on June 21 to 5 a.m. on June 22. Rockfall events monitored the day before were also at 299 with 2 quakes and 7 PDCs. Likewise, Mayon's very slow effusion of lava flow remains at 2.5 kilometers and 1.8 kilometers along Niisi and Bongag gullies respectively, while the collapsed debris has extended to 3.3 kilometers from the crater. Moreover, the agency said Mayon released 574 tons of sulfur dioxide daily as of June 22, with plumes reaching up to 750 meters tall before drifting southwest. Phivolcs warns residents within the area that rockfalls, landslides, or lava flows might occur amid Mayon's unrest. As of June 22, the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council reports that Mayon's continuous volcanic activity has displaced at least 20,000 locals and affected almost 39,000 individuals within Bicol region. This is Faith Argosino reporting for INQUIRER.net.
The State Weather Bureau says it is not ruling out the possibility of a low-pressure area developing as it monitors an active intertropical convergence zone. Pagasa says the ITCZ is expected to bring moderate to heavy rains over the areas of Palawan, Visayas, and Mindanao. The ITCZ is a weather system known for being a breeding ground for LPAs and potential cyclones. Fair weather is expected over most of Luzon on Friday, but due to the ITCZ, Palawan may experience scattered rain showers. Meanwhile, a large part of Visayas and some parts of northern Mindanao and the Caraga area may still expect rain showers. Weather conditions will improve over southern Mindanao and Zamboanga Peninsula on Friday, although there are still chances of localized thunderstorms. A multinational search for the tourist submersible that went missing continues for a 5th day. The Ocean Gate Expeditions operated submersible began its descent towards the Titanic's wreckage on Sunday. The submersible is carrying 5 people, but the surface support ship lost contact of the submersible Titan near the end of what should have been a 2-hour dive. Ocean Gate says the Titan set off with 96 hours of air, meaning its oxygen tanks would likely be depleted sometime on Thursday morning. But experts say how long the air would actually last depends on various factors, such as whether the sub still had power and how calm those aboard remained. Earlier, Canadian search planes had recorded undersea noises using sonar buoys. The U.S. Coast Guard said deployments of remote-controlled underwater search vehicles were redirected to the vicinity where the noises were detected, to no avail. Officials cautioned that the sounds may not have originated from the Titan. The Washington Wizards have agreed to trade center Kristaps Porzingis to the Boston Celtics, according to media reports. The trade comes with Porzingis accepting his player option for next season. The Celtics add Porzingis after they lost in 7 games to Miami in the Eastern Conference Finals. Porzingis is coming off a solid season in Washington in which he averaged a career-high 23.2 points per game along with 8.4 rebounds. Porzingis' departure completes a swift breakup of Washington's core after the Wizards agreed to trade Bradley Beal to Phoenix and Kyle Kuzma declined his option. The deal also reportedly includes the Memphis Grizzlies, who are acquiring guard Marcus Smart from Boston in exchange of first-round draft picks in 2023 and 2024. According to ESPN, the Wizards are also receiving guard Tyus Jones from Memphis and the forwards Mike Muscala and Danilo Gallinari and a second-round pick this year from Boston. Alamin naman natin ang mainit na balita sa mundo ng showbiz kasama sa Irvin Santiago ng Bandera. Irvin?
Hi Neil at sa lahat ng mga kabandera natin all over the universe. Ito na nga ang latest Bandera Chika. Nagpakatotoo si May Mendoza nang matanong tungkol sa kanyang dating kalab team na si Alden Richards sa gitna ng kontrobersyang kinakaharap ngayon ng bagong Itbulaga sa GMA7 at ng magiging programa ng TVJ sa TV5. Ayon sa fiancé ni Congressman Arjo Ataide, kung mabibigyan ng pagkakataon, gusto pa rin nilang makasama si Alden sa bagong programa ni Tito Soto, Vic Soto, Joey De Leon at ng mga legit dabarkad sa TV5. Sabi ng aktres, hindi siya sigurado kung posible bang maging bahagi pa rin si Alden ng noontime program nila sa kapatid network, pero sana raw ay makasama pa rin ang kapuso actor. Say ni Maine, legit dabarkads naman daw si Alden kaya naniniwala siya na posible pa rin maging bahagi ito ng show ng TVJ sa TV5. Samantala, nabanggit din ng phenomenal star na hindi niya iiwan ng showbiz kahit na ikasal na siya kay Arjo at magkaroon pa ng baby. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin daw siyang magtatrabaho lalo na sa bago nilang noontime show at hindi niya iiwan ang mga dabarkads. Natanong din si Maine kung totoong makakasama ang TVJ sa mga magiging ninong sa kasal nila ni Arjo na magaganap na anytime this year.
So alam kasi kung paano mangyayari, pero si Aljo naman is legit dabarkads. So hopefully, kung mabibigyan ng pagkakataon, sana kasi para sa kanila, pero sana makasama namin siya dito sa show namin.
So continuous pa rin naman ang pag-uusap kahit nasa magkabilang niya?
Ano yung mga dabarkads concept ng communication? Definitely hindi ba powers.
Paano pag naging mami ka ba?
Pwede rin naman. Doesn't stop when I get ready.
For sure, TVJ will be your ninong sa kasal.
At yan ang Bandera Chika natin today. Thanks, Neil!
Maraming salamat, Irvin, and these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.